Welcome to this presentation from SIPcity. Today I'm going to talk about why SIPcity. So probably one of our most common questions is how does our service compare to Skype? And a question that I get a lot is how does our service compare to similar SIP services from the big guys, which would be Telstra, Optus or APPT. So our target market is small medium business and small medium enterprise SME customers directly, but we're also seeing strong growth among the PBX resellers like Avaya, Cisco and Microsoft, connecting those systems through our SIP services. And lastly, we're getting a pretty good take up from telcos, particularly in Europe and North America, who are connecting to our services in Australia. Now, for a bunch of reasons, we've chosen not to chase the enterprise market, as the space, by our assessment, is adequately covered by the tier ones, even if Australian customers are, by my view, paying way too much. So, without overstating it, the two primary drivers within SMB and SME in Australia are cost reduction and followed closely actually by access to our hosted voice functionality, which is call center, our agent and queuing, call recording, hunt groups, the fax services, to name but a few. The tier 1 telcos like Telstra and Optus paint a very different picture, driven by shareholder demand for dividends. Theirs is very much about revenue protection, delivered with a heavy local downsizing to the Philippines and Bangalore, and against a backdrop of pretty steady price increasing. Even our customers with monthly spends of $10,000 to $20,000 are reporting material downshifts in service levels from the tier ones, with steady increases in prices on call services, particularly line access and ISDN, which is coincident why they're coming across to us. And this is against a backdrop where the underlying wholesale rates to service providers such as ourselves continue to fall. At the other end of the continuum is Skype. Now, I always start by qualifying that I use Skype most days, but not just within, not within my business. Like most business people, I find it useful for IM and presence, but mainly as a home application. And even Skype's retail application makes no pretensions to be business grade. That application is Skype for Business. So, firstly, Skype for Business is expensive. And then more importantly, Skype for Business is delivered as a desktop application. It's not designed for the traditional handset or PBX systems like Cisco and Avaya, which account for more than 75% of the SIPcity clientele or business market. For advanced functionality like the SIP trunking, or our cloud functionality like the agent and queuing, fax mail services, call recording, hunt groups, etc., Skype for Business doesn't pretend to offer that service, or at least that level of service. And now that Skype is under Microsoft's ownership, the smart people are predicting that Skype for Business will very quickly morph into Microsoft Link, which is a completely different conversation, running probably head-on into Avaya and Cisco. So I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, send an email to sales@sipcity.com.au, and thanks for your time.